Topic 1. The impact of U.S. tariffs on global markets and economic policies, including responses from central banks and corporate strategies. The U.S. tariff policy has a significant impact on global markets and economic policies. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell warned that President Donald Trump's tariffs are unprecedented in modern history and could lead to rising inflation and slowed economic growth. These tariffs add uncertainty not only to the U.S. economy, but also to the global economy. In response to concerns about economic growth slowing due to Trump's tariffs, the European Central Bank, ECB, has lowered interest rates for the seventh time. The ECB stated that tariffs could reduce exports and hinder investment and consumption. Similarly, the Bank of Canada mentioned the possibility of a recession due to tariffs and decided to keep interest rates unchanged. Corporations are rushing to import goods to avoid tariffs, which could slow down the U.S. GDP growth rate in the first quarter. Additionally, companies are readjusting their strategies, with automakers tightening regulations on technology upgrades, such as banning the use of terms like smart driving and autonomous driving. Overall, Trump's tariff policy casts a dark shadow over the global economy, prompting central banks to adjust their monetary policies and increasing uncertainty across the economic landscape. Topic 2. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's warnings about economic consequences of tariffs and the resulting market volatility. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell has issued warnings about the negative economic impacts of President Donald Trump's tariff policies, describing the situation as unprecedented in modern history. Powell pointed out that tariffs are likely to raise inflation and slow economic growth, which has caused significant market shock, leading to a sharp decline in stock prices. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell by over 700 points, while the S&P 500 and Nasdaq dropped by more than 2.2% and 3%, respectively. Powell explained that tariffs could put pressure on the Fed's two main goals: stable inflation and maintaining employment. He indicated that the Fed would not change its policy for the time being and would wait for clearer economic data. However, he warned that Trump's tariffs could stimulate inflation, increase unemployment, and weaken economic growth. In response to Powell's remarks, President Trump strongly criticized him, asserting that the Fed should lower interest rates. Trump suggested that Powell's term should end sooner, hinting at a potential threat to the Fed's independence. This situation has heightened tensions between Powell, who seeks to maintain the Fed's independence, and Trump, who exerts political pressure. Topic 3. Technological advancements and challenges, including OpenAI's acquisition plans and digital communication disruptions. OpenAI is facing advancements and challenges in artificial intelligence technology and has formed a new advisory committee to address these issues. This committee, which includes labor leader Dolores Huerta, will propose directions for OpenAI's charitable activities. Originally starting as a nonprofit research institute, OpenAI is now pushing to transition into a for-profit company. This process requires approval from the Attorneys General of California and Delaware, and it must overcome various obstacles, including a lawsuit with Elon Musk. With support from Japan's SoftBank, OpenAI aims to raise $40 billion, and its corporate valuation is estimated at $300 billion. However, this transition plan has faced criticism regarding the private use of nonprofit assets, leading to calls for legal investigations. OpenAI seeks to ensure that technological advancements benefit humanity and plans to gather community input through its advisory committee to support this goal.